Hello, welcome back to the garden. Today I'm just going to talk about some of the bird life we're lucky enough to spend our time with while we're out here gardening. First, let's start off with the New Zealand swallow, or the waru. Swallows are easy to miss because they're always fast moving. We've got a group here who have built a nest. They're tiny little birds. They eat insects while you're gardening, and some just skim past you just as you're walking around. And they seem completely unfazed. They're seasonal visitors, but this nest has been going on for a few years now. Here's the sound of the waru. I was lucky enough one day to see this New Zealand falcon, or kererū. They move absolutely like lightning, they're fearless and our most powerful bird of prey. Sometimes you only ever hear them. They hunt other birds and they go for other small animals as well. They're increasingly being seen in New Zealand from farmlands to rural gardens, and often vineyards like to have nests of them to get rid of all the birds. Here's what they sound like. A few times now I've noticed these pheasants jumping around all over the paddocks, hunting and looking for things to eat. They're not native to New Zealand, but they're pretty big birds and apparently fun to hunt. Here's one that we caught quickly as we were driving past. This is what they sound like. Now, the kahu or swamp harrier, this bird I've mentioned before, we see literally a few times every day. We'll often see them just gliding around in the sky looking for things to eat, and I've, on the odd occasion, managed to give them some of the rodents we found around the place that the cats or the dogs have found. Rabbits, mice, rats, they take them all, they don't mind at all, they're scavengers after all. And calls aren't very loud, but here's a noise for them now, and I really love these birds. They're one of my favourites because they're just big old hawks that fly everywhere. Here's another one that we don't see often. It's New Zealand kingfisher, or kōtare. They just sit there on fences or branches and all of a sudden they dive. They are kingfishers, but they don't just hunt fish, they go for insects and other small creatures. Here's what they sound like. Here's another very cool bird, the eastern rosella. These aren't native to New Zealand, I think they come from Australia, but they're easily recognisable and we see them quite often most days with their big bright plumage as they just cross the roads or cross the driveway or going from tree to tree. They're confident with other New Zealand birds and they like to hang out. We see them feeding on all sorts of fruits and berries, and they're just really cool because they're so bright. That's what they sound like. Here's another favourite, a native for New Zealand. It's the tui. What makes them awesome is the range of noises they make. They can make their normal songs, and they often copy sounds that they hear, even including mechanical sounds. You always know when they're around because you hear them fluttering, and here's a few of the noises that they make. This is an interesting one, the ruru, or the moorpork. I've never actually seen one, and I don't have a night vision camera to capture it, so I had to use stock internet images for it, but we hear them most nights, and they make a really unique noise. This is what they sound like. And finally, a really cool bird, a native to New Zealand, the New Zealand wood pigeon, or the kererū. And they're great birds. They're massive, they're absolutely humongous pigeons. I don't know actually how they stay aloft, and often they've actually killed themselves flying into the house. But we see them every day, and they just gorge themselves on all sorts of berries. And sometimes they can even get drunk and fall off the trees. It's quite hilarious. Here's some of the noises they make. The kererū are awesome birds. As you can see, I didn't need to put a stock image from the internet because I've got some pretty good shots of them. You can actually get quite close and film them quite easily. They are pretty slow moving, and they make a big whoop, whoop, whoop noise when they're flying because they're just such big elephants. We've actually got a cool Māori cloak made out of them. Quite rare, and I'm actually quite proud of it. We often just hear their wings beating just above us. They don't fly very high, so we generally look up. They have been known to hit people because they fly so low. This is what they sound like. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. We absolutely love going out to the garden and hearing all these birds. They just add that little bit of cherry on top when we're doing all our gardening and chores outside, because we just often stop and take a look at them. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.